What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Prince YouTube PS Compulsion signing in here, aka Prince Anthony. And if you guys can't tell, I fixed my audio. You guys see the mic right here in front of my face. It's turned on, it's loud, it's crisp, and it's clear. So you guys have nothing to worry about. I know that last video that I dropped for you guys, the audio was trash. But now, we back. But I am trying to, mess with the settings on the face cam to try to get you guys the best quality possible. I'm still like halfway there. I'm still figuring a few things out, but for now, the audio is good. You guys could see me. That's all that really matters. But I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about the story mode in NBA 2K20, because a few of you guys commented on my last video and even going back to my wishlist video about actually having a Mygm storyline in NBA 2K20. Now that I actually sat back and thought about it, I feel like NBA 2K20 is not gonna have a Mygm storyline, and here's why. If you guys don't remember, in NBA 2K18 and NBA 2K19, we were hit with the announcement during the Mygm blogs when they dropped news on the game before the game actually came out about the story mode in Mygm mode. Let's take you guys back to NBA 2K18. When NBA 2K18 news first dropped, and they dropped a Mygm blog just like they did for NBA 2K20 and NBA 2K19, they let us know in advance about the next chapter storyline that was going to be in NBA 2K18 Mygm mode. And in that Mygm mode, that's when they introduced us the Sandersons, Bob Sanderson, who was your crazy team owner. Well, he took over as your team owner. Then you got Andrew Sanderson, who's his son, and he's just hitting you with a bunch of BS, trading away franchise pieces. So if you guys thought you was going to do a clean rebuild on NBA 2K18 Mygm mode, you thought wrong. That definitely was not gonna happen. Andrew Sanderson always trades away a key piece for your squad. If you guys don't remember NBA 2K18, my Knicks Mygm mode, I had Frank Ntilikina, he was developing, and we traded him, or not we, Andrew Sanderson traded him for Derrick Rose and J.R. Smith. And look at this BS. The Cavaliers trade Derrick Rose to the New York Knicks in a deal only minutes before the trade deadline. So now I'm reading what it's saying on the side, and it says the Knicks haven't gotten any younger after trading away Sean Long. So I was like, oh, they traded away Sean Long for Derrick Rose? Okay, I don't mind that. That's a beast trade. But then reading one of the comments from social media, it says, hate to lose Derrick Rose to the Knicks, but I love getting Frank Ntilikina for my Cavs. Are you serious? I am so upset that Andrew went behind my back and he traded away Frank Ntilikina, who is 19 years old, who we're developing on this squad, for a 29-year-old injury-prone Derrick Rose, who were two pretty good players, but at the same time, I was trying to do a Knicks rebuild. I wanted to keep Frank Ntilikina, not trade for an older D Rose and J.R. Smith. And then taking you guys to NBA 2K19, when they dropped a blog for Mygm for that game, they introduced us the Saga Continues, which is basically a continuation of NBA 2K18's Mygm story mode. And here's the two main difference between the story modes. In NBA 2K18, they had a lot of cutscenes, bro. Like literally, as soon as you started the Mygm series, you got hit with a cutscene. That's when your my player, or whatever you want to call it, he's sitting down on like a trainer's desk, or maybe like a stretcher thing. I don't know what to call it, but he was basically sitting down on that thing in the trainer's room, complaining that he got injured, and that's what set you up to become the general manager for whichever team that you chose. There were a lot of cutscenes during the season for that specific Mygm mode. But in NBA 2K19, in my opinion, there's no such thing as the Saga Continues. That whole storyline was a flop. As soon as you started that Mygm mode, you got hit with 2 hours worth of cutscenes. Like literally, the cutscenes were non-stop. They just kept going and going and going. And throughout the entire season, you don't get hit with another cutscene after that. Like literally, NBA 2K19, the storyline was the first 2 hours of cutscenes, because after that, the story is completely irrelevant. You don't get hit with no other cutscenes, bro. So in my opinion, I'm jacking that NBA 2K19 there was no story mode. I had to be creative. I had to make something up. I had to make it lit when I'm facing off against my rival team, which is the Seattle Supersonics. Like, I really had to make everything lit myself, and that ties in to what I feel NBA 2K20 is going to be for Mygm 2.0. And I just feel that in the new 2K, we are going to have a chance to make our own storylines, hence all the new features that they added to the game so far, such as revamped relationships, revamped goals and tasks, the the revamped team chemistry, team morale system that they have in NBA 2K20 is going to be 10 times different, which is going to help you create your own storyline. So instead of them actually having a story, I feel like you're going to be able to create your own story, basically using those new features. And in addition to those features, we also have the new skill tree feature, which is basically going to make things 10 times more different for your specific Mygm mode. For example, let's say you created a Phoenix Suns Mygm, right? You choose your specific skills to start off with in that Mygm mode. So there's like 5 different skills, I believe. I don't have it like in front of me, so I can't really tell you guys. I have to go off the top of my head. I'm probably going to insert it in this video, but you have a few different skills to choose from, which basically adds to how you as a GM are going to handle situations on your squad. So doing a Phoenix Suns rebuild with like a specific type of skill on your skill tree and the different players on your squad, that's basically going to dictate how your story mode is going to play out. It's basically been confirmed that we're not going to have a story mode because there was no announcement beforehand that we're going to have a story mode. All they announced were the new features from Mygm 2.0, which is basically the brand new, the entire mode has been redone, and then they also had some My League news as well. If they were going to have a story mode such as the saga continues or the next chapter, they would have did so in the blog and let us know how that story mode, or give us like an overview of the story mode. You don't necessarily have to tell us what the story mode is going to be about. So no blog telling us about a story equals no story. But it is going to be a pretty interesting dynamic though, adding all those new features, a whole new different version of Mygm 2.0, which I said like a million times this video. Oh, I got bars. You already know. Hey! But like I said, all the new features, your team, how you decide to be as a GM in terms of your skills. You're going to have specific skills, specific players, specific coaches on your squad that's all going to give you different tasks. They're all going to be different, which is how you're basically going to create your own dynamic story for Mygm, which is very cool for me, because if you guys can't tell, or if you guys are new to the channel, I love storytelling, especially on Mygm mode. I always create my own story, taking you guys back to NBA 2K18. I basically continue the storyline because after the first season, there's literally no more cutscenes for the story mode. So after that first season that you play, even in NBA 2K19, that's it. The story is done. You literally have one season worth of the story, and then that's it. So in NBA 2K18, I continued the storyline by making Andrew Sanderson actually come back, and I did some good editing. You guys gotta go check out my Knicks Mygm series, bro. That series was lit. Hopefully, I have another one, NBA 2K20, that's as lit as that series, because that series was totally lit. I really loved it. I might do the New York Knicks again. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, as I said, no blog equals no story, and hopefully they keep all the features that Mygm 1.0 had, such as the expansion teams. They fix some of those glitches that the mode did have, because that mode had a lot of glitches, especially the uniform glitches, bro. Really, really annoying. But yeah, that's my opinion on the story mode in NBA 2K20. You create your own story instead of them having an actual story, and if they do have an actual story, they might be able to pull it off. I mean, NBA 2K19, there wasn't a solid ending to the story. If there was even an ending, was there an ending to the story? I didn't see it, because we literally had no cutscenes after the first 2 hours worth of cutscenes when you first start the Mygm mode. So, would 2K be able to add in an actual story and not let us know? Yes. But do I bank on it? Nah, they definitely would have announced it. They definitely would have been proud of it like they did for NBA 2K18 and 2K19, which was nothing really to be proud of because those two story modes kind of bombed. it was really up to you to make those story modes lit. But anyways, I said the word story mode, Mygm 2.0, and NBA 2K20 like a million times this video. I'm still getting used to having the face cam in my face, so I'm gonna become a lot better at talking with you guys throughout time. It's gonna take some time to get used to. So yeah, leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know, do you guys actually think there's gonna be a story mode in NBA 2K20, such as the saga continues or the next chapter, or a story similar to what we've seen in the past 2Ks? Or do you guys believe what I said in this video, which is basically, since there was no blog talking about the story, there isn't going to be no story, and that you're basically going to create your own story based on skill tree, the players on your team, the coaches, etc, etc. Let me know in the comment section below. This is the Prince of YouTube, signing out.